Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as we all get to ride home with you in the afternoon. And you can find us on television, by the way, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. You'll find us there as well. That's actually a new name.
Yeah,
I'm kind of glad because the other
easier.
one was. I was always butchering the other one up. I mean, just always.
I never did get it. I had to look every time where I had it written down.
Well, this is it. Okay, so it's going to be much easier for everybody. Oh, and by the way, if you have any ideas for shows or something you'd like for me to do research on, and when I was in high school, I hung out at the library doing research all the time anyway, whether I was asked to do it or not. I love research. So if you have something you would like for me to research and maybe have a topic on the show, all you have to just send an email. A lot of you are doing it. Thank you for doing that. Donna@donnasedge.com is where you can send it. I have the world's best mayor with us, Mayor Chuck Abels of Geraldine, Alabama. And wow, we got some stuff happening, right?
Yeah, we do. We've got lots of things going on. Always look forward to October because I know that's time to do
Me
our
too.
trunk or treat. It's a big event we do here, and the school is kind enough to let us use one of the gyms to have that. We used to have it at the park, and one year everybody was set up, and here came a storm and
Yeah.
blew tents away, and
Remember that?
candy scattered all over the park. So I the next year it looked like it might storm, so I asked the school about using the gym. And they said, "Yeah, that'd be fine." And boy, after one time, I said, "Hey, that's where it's going to be, rain or shine." And but we have businesses and churches that come in and set up trunks to give out to the kids, and we start about 5 o'clock, so it's not dark yet, and the time will change the following Sunday, for Sunday in November, but and then the council helps out, and we give out free hot dogs and drinks to everybody that comes through, big, little, and in between, and we usually do about 650 hot dogs and drinks, and then we have usually 15 or 20 people set up to give out candy, and of course everybody's dressed up, and
Are you going to dress up?
probably not. I'll be cooking the hot dogs.
Let's talk him into it. You could be, okay, now you did read to the students.
Oh yeah, I love
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I love doing that. I might come up with something. I just hadn't thought about it.
I think that would be a fabulous idea.
But we get a lot of help and participation, and it's always fun to see how the people that are setting up the trunks are going to be. Our local funeral home comes, and they usually bring a casket and serve candy out of a casket. But
A little friendlier terms there with
yeah,
kids.
yeah. And we have people from all around that come. I always appreciate, like, Judge Andrew Hairston and his family always come from Fort Payne, and he's such a good guy, and his wife as well, and they've got 3 little kids, and just great people. But
I would have to say that's the proudest papa I have ever met.
I know. Well,
Andrew, you're awesome.
and he did good when he corralled Jessie.
Yeah.
I've known her since school. She was in Catherine's chorus at Fort Payne when she was teaching there, and she's just a
She's
great
an amazing
person.
lady.
They're a good match, and but we have, but like I say, and a lot of people come that I don't know, but that's fine. But it's always great to be able to do something like that for the community, and,
Well, I
and
think
have
it's
a safe
fabulous
place.
idea.
Yeah.
The word safe.
Yeah.
It's a lot of us live out in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, we really live out with not a lot of close neighbors. So this is a great way you can be safe. And
Yep. And and plus, if it does happen to be bad weather, we're inside and
That's the
but
thing about Alabama. I mean, we could have like a snowstorm coming up
absolutely.
with it being hot the first part of the day.
But now, I have seen the line outside way on down the road, but when we first opened, because they like to get there early. When you're talking about free,
Yeah.
you can get people there, and especially with hot dogs and drinks and all the candy and stuff. But of course, it's about a fun time for the kids, and they really like it. They bring their big buckets for this, and
They're ready for it.
but get to do it in a good, safe, and clean environment. And Coach Jeremy Smith always has tarp out on the floor and has everything set up for us just like we need, and then they take it down and do all the cleanup. But the school's real good to help out with that. But it's on October 31st. That's the day to have it, and we've set it to be October 31st, unless that's a Sunday or a Wednesday, and we don't want to interfere with any church services.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's on a Tuesday this year, but if it's on a Wednesday or Sunday, we usually have it the day before, on the 30th. But looking forward to that coming up, and we've had some people bring candy to donate. It's town, and
A lot of business folks around here.
yeah, and some of the businesses are just not where they can turn loose and set up, but several of them donate, and our Food Value grocery store here always gives us a real good deal on the hot dogs and buns, and they usually make a monetary contribution as well. And it's fun getting to cook 650 hot dogs or something like that, and
So it sounds like Phil thinks he's the cookout king. So it sounds like you two are in competition with each other.
well, and I'm fortunate enough to have a good spot to do it. At First Baptist Church, where I attend, our fellowship hall, we got a huge flat top grill, and I can cook 50 at a time easy, and and on that, get that grill hot, flat top grill, and it doesn't take long, just roll them back and forth, and they cook pretty quick. And then have some council members and my wife Catherine and a couple others, putting them in the buns and wrapping them up and getting them ready. And
now, while you're talking about your church, First Baptist, there are going to be some special singers coming in.
absolutely, November the 5th on Sunday at 5 p.m. Chosen Generation is coming, and
We give them spins here at this radio station, too.
I tell you what, I went to hear them last night in Egypt, Alabama.
There's Rome, Georgia. There's Egypt, Alabama.
And I don't even think it's incorporated, but it's close to Altoona, and but had a great time last night, and and that was their. I don't want to call it performance, because that's not what it was. But it was their third singing yesterday.
Oh,
They had
goodness.
an 8 o'clock yesterday morning in Collinsville, Collinsville Methodist. Had breakfast and then had singing, and then they went about 10 miles to a church at 10 o'clock and sang, and then at 5 o'clock, then in the Egypt community, Macedonia Baptist Church. And I every time when I'm going out, like that, how people say, "Well, they're good," and I said, and they're just as good a people or better. And but when you're doing 3 singings in a day, and that's because every other Sunday morning and Sunday night in October are already booked. And when I say booked, I mean they were booked, but no charge. Most of the churches take up a love offering, and if if they want to do that, it's okay. If they don't, it's okay. They give away their CDs. They said we'll never sell a CD, and they're just out, sharing the good news, and and
Just doing what they're supposed to do.
doing it with singing and. But it was a good time there. But looking forward to them being at First Baptist Geraldine on November 5th at 5 o'clock, and of course it's always all services are open to the public. Love to have everybody there, and they were sang there in the spring, and we had a real good time. But they'll be coming and doing their thing, and just do a great job. I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Let's cut into a commercial break because we have something else we want to talk about.
We do.
We're going to be right back in just a minute. Everybody hang in there. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Wow, it's so soft and smooth.
It's cool to the touch. How did you do that?
Well, we took MyPillow's patented fill and combined it with this new technology that we didn't have back then when I invented MyPillow to bring you the best pillow in history, MyPillow 2.0. Because of all of you, MyPillow 2.0 has been a huge success, and now we're bringing you our best-selling Go Anywhere MyPillows with the same temperature-regulating technology. Made with my patented adjustable fill and brand-new cooling fabric, they're truly the next generation of MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save over 60% on our MyPillow 2.0 4-pack special. You'll get 2 MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows, regular $259.92, now only $99.98. King size just $10 more. This is a limited time offer, so please order now.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
We're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. And we're out there for you, okay, getting all this information for you. The town of Geraldine, Alabama, we have our special mayor with us. His name is Chuck Abels. How many generations in Geraldine?
My grandkids that go to school here are the fifth generation of my family to go to school at Geraldine. My mother's parents, my grandparents, graduated in 1925, almost 100 years ago, and then my mom and me and my three sisters and my brother, and now it's my fourth grandson. Had three already graduate, and have one in the 11th grade, and just, you know, I feel like I need to try to make it a little bit better if I can, and for everybody. But
and I'll have to say something about Ethan. Okay, so Ethan has worked for us on several different projects, and good guy.
he is great. I'm proud
very,
of him.
very
Yeah.
admirable young person.
Yeah. Got to brag on him. I know he's my grandson, but last year in May, right before school was out, principal called me and said, "Hey, do you think Ethan might be interested in working some up at school this summer?" And I said, "I probably would." I said, "I know he's looking for a job. You know, he just turned 16 this year, and so he was going to try to find him a summer job." And the principal said, "Well, we need help moving desk and weed eating and painting and cleaning the restrooms and all that." And he said, "I've just been looking around trying to observe," and he said, "If we could get Ethan," he said, I'd like to do that." And so I put him in touch with him, and sure enough, he did, and got to go in at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Sounds like some of the jobs I had at that age.
For a 16-year-old, that's pretty good. And he was always there, and they worked 7 to 2, and then he usually went home. Then of course he had chores to do at home as well, but he likes to play out in the woods and stuff. So they've got some woods there at their house. But anyway, he's a good kid, and proud of him as I am all my grandkids. He's got 2 older brothers in the military, one in the Marines, one in the Army, and other one of his brothers is a welder, and got a good job doing that. Something skill that he was able to learn at our great tech school, and our DeKalb County Tech School just keeps getting honors and national honors for things. And
yeah, they're leading the way in the state of Alabama.
Director Jonathan Phillips does a great job with that, and I'm proud to have it here in our county and what they do.
Jonathan's dad he had a position in the skills field. Yep. And I was talking with him one time, and he said, there's the kind of jobs that just grow with you. Yep. So if you wanted to get away from your mama and travel a little bit, you could do that with a welding job. Work in the ocean welding.
Ooh,
I mean, that's
big
6
money.
figures. That's 6 figures. And then you get married, you want to settle down just a little bit. You can come back home and then find a position, start your own business. We're going to do that. Yep. And then Mr. Phillips, actually, he is retired, but he's on location with folks all the time. Decide they want to go on a trip. He and his wife, he'll just go work for somebody and train.
Yeah. And of course, Jonathan's brother's principal at Albertville, and so they're school people, like my family, but they couldn't do what they do, and you couldn't do what you do without great internet.
Yeah, that's true.
And we've got a recognition from Farmers Telecommunications recently.
Let me go ahead and let her, so you can kind of get a bird's eye view of that. It's a certificate of recognition for Geraldine.
Yeah, officially recognized as a smart rural community. And that doesn't necessarily mean anybody is smart,
I think
although
we
we've got
are.
some. But a smart rural community is about connection, and smart rural communities are served by proven providers who offer 100 megabits per second broadband to 50% more of the service territory, and have broadband subscription rates of at least 50%, and commit to the Smart Rural Communities mission of collaborative innovation. And, farmers started here in 1952, and they have really grown. It says they serve, they provide Northeast Alabama with the internet and most advanced communications in the nation. And says we widely deployed gigabit speed internet before any other provider in the great state of Alabama in February of 2015, and they've so far invested over $80 million in fiber network. In It's about 675 square miles. Route miles, over 2,500 route miles. So now everybody in DeKalb County has access to gigabit speed internet, and but this smart rural community again is something nationally. There's a national organization about this. It's NTCA. You can look at www.smartruralcommunity.org and get a lot of information about that. But that says, if you're looking to start a business or move a business to somewhere, first thing you're going to need is good internet, and
Well, I mean, you
we've
can't
got
run. We got it because I can't have a talk show with bad internet. I mean, it's because I've got all this equipment and stuff that's depending on great internet service.
Yeah, and of course we've got the gigabit speed internet at Town Hall, and I've got it at my house, and it's just that's the first question I get, when people are looking to, and even people wanting to move here, because a lot of people working from home. I tell about a lady from Savannah, Georgia called, saw a house on the internet she was interested in, didn't know anybody here, but said, I really like it. It was formerly a mill made into a house, and that my brother did, but and then he had passed away, and it sold a couple of times. But that, she said, well, my daughter and her husband work from home, and we just need to know how the internet is. And I said, can't do any better.
Well, a lot of small towns, small communities can only have satellite dishes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we don't have to have a satellite dish. I mean, I'm not knocking. I mean, there's a good companies as well. But there's something about having the internet the way you need it in a small town. You're running a business out of it. And because of COVID, a lot of folks are working out of their homes now. So this is very convenient.
And it's underground fiber as well. I was in a meeting one time with the EMA, and guy says, any of you remember your grandpa talking about the ice storm of 1960? I said, I remember it personally. And, the power lines were down, the phone lines were down, and I mean, for a couple of weeks because of all the ice and stuff, and poles breaking and all that. So this internet is underground fiber, and so it's, you don't have interruptions. I mean, it's there when it's stormy and any other time, and just great people, and they continue to invest more money, and a number here about they've received almost $10 million in grants, and matched it with over $7 million, and goes by about 4,000 homes, and of course lots of businesses, and they are expanding into Marshall County now a good bit. They've been in, but everybody in DeKalb County has access to it, and a lot in Jackson County as well, our neighboring county, and but Marshall County with Albertville, Boaz, Gunnersville, you know, Arab, their farmers is expanding there and making it available, and but you know, growing at a steady pace, not getting too far, you know, too much ahead.
But you know, speaking about growing, I was talking with John Merrill, the former Alabama Secretary of State. He's on the show once a month. I'll be twice a month now that we're going into the Gaston Mall. And so he was talking about our bank we have here, Liberty Bank. And he said, next time around, you will introduce me. And he said that you'd already introduced him. And I said, so you want me to introduce you again? And he said, yeah. He said, because a small bank is so much better than a humongous bank if you're having some issues.
Yeah. And of course, our local bank here, Liberty Bank, started in 1971. So they've already had their 50-year anniversary. And it was just right here for several years. And then they started eventually adding more locations. And now they're in about 6 locations, I think. But
it's a steady growth, and that's what you want in a business. It's a steady growth.
And you know, if you have a question, you can get it answered right then, right there.
With Nancy.
With Nancy, or she doesn't know, she'll put you in touch with, with the person that
she'll do that
can answer it. And but great people, and they grew so much they had to build a new building a few years ago, and they were very, very generous and donated their old building to the town. And we've gotten a grant from Congressman Adderholt, and working on another one that we're going to fix up for our medical clinic that is
That's
growing.
amazing.
And they're growing because they're great people and do a great job. And you know, just they're out of room, and so we're fixing that up for them. And
we've got a minute left, and can you believe this? A minute left, so let's go ahead and talk one more time about the event coming up.
Yeah, Trunk or Treat, October 31st on Tuesday, 5 p.m. until we run out of candy and hot dogs. But we'll have about 650. I mean, we make it come out even, you know, in packs. But most of the time, there's 2 or 3 that might not even make it there for some reason. You know, could drop one or something. But anyway, we'll have plenty for everybody. Businesses and churches and other organizations are great to come and bring candy for the kids in a good, safe place. So the old gym at Geraldine School, right off of Highway 227. So come out and be with us.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundance Television, syndicated, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And I love the new, I can pronounce this one.
Yeah.
thenewscasters.com. Thank you, Mayor, for being on the show with us.
Thanks a lot. And I love your truth matters. My dad said, always tell the truth. You don't have to remember what you said.
That's true. My memory's not well enough to
Yeah.
not tell the truth. But anyway, thank
But it
you
does
so
matter.
It
Thanks.
does. Thank you so much for watching.